production companies are responsible for the physical production of new media, films, televisions, etc. They can also help fund new films. The production companies I decided to use in my opening sequence was Apex Productions and Diamond Media Productions. I chose Apex because I liked the idea that it's straight to the top, a bit like a pyramid, which is an apex. And I decided on the stamp because it's kind of like you're pushing your way to the top. So the name and the stamp kind of link in together. And I also used the red because it relates more to the horror genre. So this production company would be mainly based on producing horror and thriller. I used diamond, and the logo is also the same as the name. I thought because of just the idea of the sort of structure of diamonds, that they're unbreakable and they have strong properties and they can be used as polishing tools. I thought this would be quite a good name for my production company, as they could polish off films and make them successful and solid, just like diamonds. If I was to compare my production companies with current production companies, I would compare Apex Productions to Davis Films. This is for several reasons. Firstly, the general design, as both of them use a stamp style design. Although I used red and white for mine, as these are very typical horror colours, but Davis Films uses silver or metallic colour, which also could be associated with horrors. And secondly, because Davis Films have produced other horrors, as well as they've produced Silent Hill and Resident Evil, that's another reason why I chose to compare Apex Productions with Davis Films, as they produce the same genre. And for Diamond Media, I decided to compare it to Film 4. Film 4 develop and co-finance films made in the UK by new directors. So I decided to do this because they've also produced quite a few horrors. Some of them are The Others, which was produced in 2001, Final Destination, which was produced in 2000, and The Hills Have Eyes, which was produced in 2006. All of these are very successful horrors, so that's why I decided to compare Diamond Media to Film 4, because it would co-finance it. I have already included where the financing would come from. It would come from the production companies I use, Apex Productions and Diamond Media Productions. Although they would probably also be financed by Film 4, which is a British distribution and production company. The other titles I used in my opening sequence with the job titles were like the screenplay, the director, the actors I included. The order they came in was the director, screenplay and the actors. I chose this order because I think it's how important they are ranked in the films. Also, in many horror openings they don't include things like costume designer or anything. It's the more important ones. Whereas in other genres they do tend to include those, but not in horrors. They like the most important ones and the ones that need to be established in the openings. So that's why I decided just to use only a few titles of the job roles in my opening sequence.